Hey guys, this is Rupesh from Beebom.com, and Realme has just announced its latest 7 series smartphones, and I know you're all excited for the Realme 7 Pro. Even I'm excited, but the video on that is coming tomorrow. Today I'm going to talk about the new Realme 7, which is also quite an interesting smartphone. I don't like the box much, sorry bhai fans, but yeah, the phone is definitely interesting. So what's new with the Realme 7? How is it different from the Realme 6? Let's talk about that. Okay, so let me just tell you straight away, the Realme 7 isn't exactly a massive upgrade over the 6, but there are some good changes. Actually, there are minor changes in the design, the chipset, the camera, and the battery. So let me start with, obviously, the design. So this is the Realme 7, and as you can see, it has this new pattern here and style that kind of reminds me a little of the Oppo F17 Pro. Anyway, the back here is polycarbonate, aka plastic, but I like the fact that it's matte and the camera model is not the same as the old Realme style we've been used to. Here's the Realme 7 next to the Realme 6, and well, the Realme 7 does look a little more classy to me. Now, apart from this change in the back design, the Realme 7 looks and feels pretty much the same as the 6. Well, here are both the phones, and both of them have the same buttons, the same ports, and the same side-mounted fingerprint scanner. The display is the same too. It's a 6.5-inch IPS LCD with Gorilla Glass 3, and like the Realme 6, it has the 90Hz refresh rate. Now on paper the display seems the same, but I did notice slightly warmer colors on the Realme 7 which make up for more punchy colors. Other than that, it's the same, but it's not a bad thing because it's a very smooth display thanks to the higher refresh rate. Plus, I like the fact that the phone has support for Widevine L1 license and Netflix shows and movies play in HD, so no problem on that front. Now the design changes are good, but another upgrade is on the hardware front. So the Realme 7 comes with the updated MediaTek Helio G95 chipset along with up to 8GB LPDDR4X RAM and up to 128GB UFS 2.1 storage. Now the RAM and storage options are good, but what about the G95? How is it upgraded from the G90T? Well, actually there's only one upgrade here, and that's the faster GPU. See, the Mali G76 GPU on the G95 is clocked at 900 MHz compared to 800 MHz on the G90T. Anyway, I ran a few benchmark scores on the Realme 7, so check out the scores of the G95 compared to the G90T. Now, as you can see, the scores are very similar in both the chipsets in Geekbench. In 3D Mark, which is a GPU-centric chipset, the G95 is just a tad bit better due to obviously the overclocked GPU. Now, as for gaming, I have played Asphalt 9 and PUBG Mobile on the phone, and the G95 handles them pretty easily. Obviously, I haven't noticed the overclocked GPU much because even the 6 handled these games fine. Now, one strange thing I did notice is that the max graphics on PUBG Mobile is HD and high, whereas the G90T supports HDR Ultra graphics, so that's pretty strange. Apart from that, the Realme 7 is also said to have a new carbon fiber cooling system to cool down the G95 after intensive gaming, but that's something I'll be testing it out. So the G95 is the new here, and to be honest, it's not a massive upgrade, but it's okay because the G90 has been very capable, so the G95 should be solid on the Realme 7 too. In my brief time with the phone has been fairly lag-free, but obviously I'll have a better idea once I use the phone as my daily driver. Moving on to upgrade number 3, the main camera to be more specific. So this is the Realme 7 quad camera setup, and by the way, these are the exact same cameras as the Pro variant. Now the Realme 6 too came with a 64 megapixel sensor, so the upgrade here comes in the form of the new IMX682 sensor. Now the camera performance so far seems good, as you can see from these shots, which are very detailed and have good colors. Now I did notice some over processing in some of the shots, but yeah, it's too early to judge. Now, I actually wanted to see if the IMX682 in the Realme 7 is better than the Samsung GW1 sensor on the Realme 6. So I took a few comparison shots, and yes, the Realme 7 does take better photos. The Realme 7 photos just look more punchy, and I also noticed that the phone captures shadows better. And that's not all. In most photos, it has the better detail. Let's just zoom in on the Sony text here on the camera. Yup, see the difference? So yeah, the IMX682 is actually an upgrade. Anyway, another new camera feature that the Realme 7 brings is support for ultra steady video mode. This wasn't present in the Realme 6, and well, as you can see, it does capture stable videos, so it's a good addition. Apart from that, I also took a few ultra wide angle shots and some macro shots, so let me just show them to you. Now the point really is I want to truly test the cameras before making a final judgment, so yeah, stay tuned. Also, if you're wondering, the selfie camera is the same 16 megapixel sensor from the Realme 6, and well, the selfies are decent-ish so far. Now, upgrade number 4 on the Realme 7 is the battery. So the Realme 7 brings the bigger 5000 mAh battery with the same great 30-watt charger. So I've used Realme 6 as my daily driver in the past and I found its battery performance to be pretty good. So the bigger battery here should translate into even better battery performance because the chipset and display haven't changed drastically. As for the 30-watt charger, it should charge the phone pretty quickly. Now, apart from these major upgrades and changes, the Realme 7 comes with the Realme UI with all of the features and customizations you know of, but there are a couple of new apps. So there's the new Dock Vault app where you can save all your personal government IDs and keep them secure. Now, apart from that, when it comes to the pre-installed apps, there are the Realme apps and there's Amazon, Facebook and WPS Office, all of which you can uninstall, so that's good. So that was pretty much all the upgrades in the Realme 7, and I know most of the upgrades here are pretty minor, be it the new bag, the G95 chipset, the upgraded main camera or the bigger battery, but they all kind of combine to make the Realme 7 a solid smartphone in this segment. And well, you know what, I'll be doing a detailed comparison of the Realme 7 versus the Redmi Note 9 Pro to put the MediaTek G95 versus the Snapdragon 720G, see how these chipsets perform, check for any heating issues, and also compare the camera performance, battery, display, everything. So yeah, if you're planning to buy the new Realme 7, I'd suggest you to stay tuned for our comparison video. Well, those are my thoughts on the new Realme 7. So what do you think of this phone? If you have any questions on the phone, just comment down below. And yeah, give this video a like if you enjoyed it and make sure to share it with your friends. Lastly, subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Well, that's me signing off. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.